Hi everyone. In today's video, we're going to talk about a case study named the Online Appointment Scheduling System. In today's presentation, we're going to talk about the problem statement, requirements, system analysis diagrams, DFD and ERDs, design solution, challenges and considerations, and conclusion. So first of all, we're going to talk about this appointment system. So in today's fast-paced world, managing time efficient is crucial, particularly in healthcare industry, where effective scheduling direct impacts patient care and clinic operations. Many small medical clinics continue to rely on outdated manual methods to handle appointments, leading to inefficiencies such as lost records, double bookings, and delayed confirmations. This issue is not here staff productivity, but also diminish patient satisfaction and trust. Managing appointment manually in small medical clinic leads to inefficient like double bookings, lost records, and delayed confirmation. And an online appointment scheduling system offers a modern, efficient solution to streamline this process, benefiting, benefiting both patient and staff. So basically, in today's generation, we have this what we call technologies that help the world by creating innovation, which is what number one of this topic is all about appointment system. Many of the healthcare clinics, most specifically in the Philippines, have a outdated and manual methods of appointment system, which is can lead to many factors. Unang-una dito is frequent sinabi nga kanina about frequent double bookings, lost records, delays in confirmation appointments, and efficient staff workloads. So in this appointment system, we're going to address a problem of so many small clinics. Not only the small clinics, but also the bigger or medium clinics in most specifically in the Philippines. So what are the requirements to do this? So in these requirements, we have these two types of requirements, functional and non-functional. In functional, patients can view available slots and book appointments. Staff can manage, reschedule, and cancel appointments. Automated notification for confirmation and reminders. Real-time appointment availability updates. And for the non-functional requirements, we have accessible 24/7 via web browsers, data security to encryption, quick response time, which is 2 seconds, approximately 2 seconds, and scalability for up to 500 instant users. So we have this system analysis diagram. So first of all, what is this system analysis diagram? It is a visual tool used to understand and communicate the structure, process, and components of the system. They help identify requirements, illustrate workflows, and define the relationship between elements, ensuring all stakeholders have shared understanding. So basically, these are diagrams, which is from the word itself diagram. It is a visual tool that can help us to manage or to read the specific flow of a system. So number one dito is data flow diagram, which is DFD, illustrates how data moves between patient, staff, and the system. Also, this entity relationship diagram, which is DRD, models like entities like patients, appointment, and doctors. Use case diagrams shows interaction between users and functionalities. If you have any question about this, we're going to talk about this later. So as you can see, this is the data flow diagram or the DFD. Now as you can see in this picture, we have this patient, system, and staff. This is the flow of the system, which is, as you can see, the system will go provide notification for the patient, and the patient requires appointment for the system. And also the system updates the schedule from the staff, and the staff also manage a schedule from the system. So it's just a loop, but in form of arrowing, in the form of visual representation, we can easily identify or read what is specific uh, flow in the system was, even if you don't actually know the appointment system or clearly know the appointment system, you can actually understand it by seeing this picture. So next is the entity relationship diagrams or the ERD. The ERD have different entities, which is the patient, doctor, staff, and appointment. This is the relationship of them. So as you can see, patient books from appointment, books appointment, and doctor handles appointment, and staff manage appointment. So the main focus here is the appointment system. And as you can see, we have this int string stuff. That's what we call integers and strings. So integers represent as the numbers, and strings is represents as the letters, like integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and string is just a bunch of letters. So we have this PK or FK stuff uh, in the end of the box, which is represent as the primary key and the foreign key. So what is this primary key? Primary key is the identifier, which is how you can identify an entity. Like for example, my name is Arbel. So how can you identify me? You can identify me as my name. So that's my primary key. Just like in this entity relationship diagram, this is their name and how you can uh, call them by their name. So name is actually in our name we have this John, Mark. But it's approximately we have so many Marks, so many John, so many Arbel, so many stuff. And actually this primary key is different. We have these integers. We need to be we should be it is be integer like integer lang. Kasi it is basically you can identify a John. There's two John. So you need to be unique. So the ID of the patient is supposed to be unique so that you can identify it by uniqueness. So as the appointment, as you can see sa appointments section, meron tayong FK. The FK is the primary key of the other entity. For example, the patient ID is the PK in patient box, and the patient ID is in the appointment box. So it must be foreign key, not primary key. So you can identify it by the patient ID. So magiging FK na lang siya, magiging primary ay foreign key na lang siya, which is foreign galing sa isang or galing sa kabilang box. So system analysis and design. In this design solution, we have this architecture, front and back end databases. These are the design solution for that. So first we need the architecture, like for example the cloud-based web application, front end, back end, and database. So in the we have this what we call features. Features is user authentication, like email, password, calendar before appointment, admin dashboard stuff, notification via. So what is the challenges and consideration of this case study? So first things first is the data privacy. As you can see, we accommodate the our data to the staff, the medical staff. So it is approximately we are actually vulnerable with hacking and threats for our data. So it is the first, I believe, that a threat or a challenge for us to accommodate this type of challenges. So second one is the system availability. Actually, we're not sure about our system. Have there's so many having we are actually looking forward for fixing the errors or the reliability. It is because the system actually not are adapting to some kind of situation na angkop din dun sa kagustuhan ng mga clients. So number three is user adoption, training staff and education patient. As you can see, we are in the Philippines. Filipino fellow our fellow Filipinos don't familiarize them with, or don't having familiarized with technology. So it is hard for us to create a UI or a UX for them. It must be user friendly. So in order them to use it properly, we have user personas, we have guides, we have notes, and it's a challenge for us to do that. And we are looking forward for the big results. So the other one is the scalability. We don't know how you can scale it, but we are looking forward also for the scalability of that, and also the security, protecting sensitive patients and information. So in conclusion, the proposed online appointment scheduling system effectively addressed the clinic's challenges by streamlining appointment process, enhancing patient satisfaction through improved accessibility, and increasing staff efficiency. By implementing this system, the clinic not only optimizes its crucial operations, but also lays a strong foundation for future growth and digital transformation. So that's all for our video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have idea or proposed project for your next thesis or something. But I believe this project is very important and significant, most specifically in the Philippines, not only for clients, for patients, but also in staff. That's all. Thank you.